Hello, welcome to the Rich and Simple Living. My name's Maria, and if you're new here, I vlog all home life kind of things and chatty things and mainly cooking, but we're not cooking today. I just thought we'd have a bit of a chatty vlog today. I was going to have done it yesterday, but everything got so hectic I never got around to it, so I thought we'll just have a bit of a catch-up day today. So yeah, I thought what we'll just talk about some of the things I've been discussing recently and what sort of decisions we came to on things. And one of those things was the universal credit. We'd had a letter to, get my words out, we'd had a letter to change over from tax credits to universal credit, migrate I think they call it, and I was humming and ahhing and I didn't know what to do. Well, in the end we decided not to do it. We haven't done it because we thought under our situation, because Dean was retiring from window cleaning because of his arthritis and it's got too much for him, other than the small handful that he's got on one day, he's packing that up. So I thought, well, what we need to do really is get to the end of the tax year, get that all sorted out with this past tax year, and then we'll start a fresh year then on the 6th of April, and we can take it from there and see what we're going to be doing from there. So I thought I'm not going to migrate over. I'm just going to leave it run now, and well, they finished it and we'll leave it as it is, and we'll see again. We'll review what we think on the 6th of April. I mean, we won't get the same conditions if we were to go, but if we're going to start a new business, we'll get classed as a new business startup, which will be sort of more help than just going as in a job seeker. That's what I make of it anyway. So we shall see. I have to excuse if you can hear squeaking. My chair's squeaking. So lean back, it's squeaking. So yeah, that's what we decided to do with that one. We decided just to end the tax credits, or let them end it, and we won't reapply to go across to universal credit. We wouldn't migrate. So that's what we've done. We've ended that. Although since then we've had a letter from the tax credit people saying our assessments think that you may owe us £130. Isn't that a surprise? But it won't know for sure until the end of the tax year, because that would have been the end of the tax credit year as well, because every year you sort of renewed them yearly, and I always did it as soon as I'd done the tax, then the tax credits I would do that one because I'd have the figures what I needed for it then. So I presume once they get the figures in for the year, because they will send a form to fill in for like a final thing, because if we owe you money we'll send it you, but if you owe us money we'll demand that, which I've already said, oh, we assume you'll owe us this 130. So we shall see what happens when I send it in, but I won't need to pay that until April anyway, which is nearly upon us. But yeah, as soon as I send that off, it'll be more like mid to the end of April by the time that one goes. So yeah, that's what we decided with that. That's the up-to-date information on that. Now, from April, it's a case of what we're going to do from there. Are we going to sort of start a new business? Because we've been talking about hoppities, rabbit boarding, and like bunny treats, that kind of thing. Well, we've had adverts out, but we're not having a lot of luck with people wanting to bunny board this time. But do you know, things are so tight for everybody money wise that I think where you can cut corners and save money, you do. And if you lucky enough to be able to go away and you've got rabbits, guinea pigs, they're easier for a neighbour to look after or a family member to pop round and feed. So I'm not holding out a great deal of hope with that. And we've only got 2 spare pens anyway. We certainly didn't want more than that. So I'm not holding out a lot of hope on that one. But I do still want to do some rabbit treats, but we want to do our own, grow our own, so they're organic and we know what's gone on to them, no pesticides and things like that. So we want to do that still, but it's not the time of year. We're only about to start growing things like that. But in summer, we'll probably do plenty of that. Hopefully, unless we change our minds. Very good at changing our minds. But that is still on the cards for doing that. So yeah, so if we do that, that's a completely new business, and then we might sort of claim universal credit from that. Also, well, we're talking passive income now, and how it would affect it, because we're going into passive income. That would be one thing, that we would do. Like I say, the food, bunny treats, guinea pig treats, and maybe boarding. I think boarding will be like a second fiddle to it, because we do sell a lot of treats. We can post them as well, and if we sell a lot locally, we can mention, oh well, we've got these couple of spaces and we can board from time to time if we're not full up. So I think that would be more like the second fiddle of the treat one. The treats will sort of be the top fiddle of that one. So yeah, that would be passive income for us, and it would be classed like a business, whether it be a standalone business if it got really busy, or whether it would have to go on, if we were to claim universal credit, that is, whether it would go on with other income. So like I do YouTube, I get paid now for YouTube, so that counts as well, because that is all eligible to the tax man, and it also classes as an income. So that's something new as well, I've only just recently got, well, I've only had one payment so far, because I've only recently just got monetized. So that would also be something new as well. So I didn't want to throw all these into the mix with universal credit at the moment and say, well, that's ended and this is started, and get all in a muddle, with all my taxes over the year. I'd rather end one, live on my savings, for a while until that's sorted, and then start the fresh tax year and say, right, let's go from here, and we won't be in a muddle and a mess then. It'll be a lot easier, and we can sort of figure out from there where we want to go. So that was mainly why we did that. So yeah, the woody treat things and the boardings, that's something that will progress over the summer if it does take off. Obviously the YouTube income, there'll be some from there. Don't ever expect to make loads from there, but even if you only earn a couple of pounds, you've still got to declare that couple of pounds, so it's still something that sort of out there counts in as a passive income. And of course, because Dee's doing his one day a month, he's still got this little group of houses that he does one day a month. How long he'll be able to do them for, I don't know. And the reason he did keep those couple, well, first of all, they had paid well in advance anyway, and also a couple of them are very elderly. They're sort of late 80s, 90s, and they've been with us all the years, and they wouldn't have anybody else, and they're sort of very nervy people, so he didn't feel like he could let them down either. So we've kept this little clump together, and there's certain people on that round that he says, well, when sadly they'll pass away, then he probably wouldn't do them, because it does take a strain on his elbows doing all that. But for now, he'll keep them at the moment. So that again then is classed as a passive income, because it's that one day a month, but it's a day of money, and it all gets lumped into the pot. So that also is a form of passive income for us. So yeah, there's all kinds of ideas you can have for passive income, but I always think, well, you've got to be careful with that, because I was thinking like selling as well, like eBay. I've sold a lot in the past, and I'm thinking to myself, well, what if I buy stuff in and I sell it? Now I thought that's going to be a lot of hard work, because I'm selling my own stuff sometimes bogs me down, and I think, oh no, because you've got to measure it and write up about it, photograph it, it can be a right pain. So I thought I'd get fed up with that anyway. But I thought, well, I don't want to lump any more into it. It is better to sort of focus on a couple, as opposed to getting lots of little things here and there, because you'll just burn yourself out. I know I would. You'll just get burnt out from it. Oh, I've got to go in and do this now, I've got to do that now, and I've got a couple of hours of this, and I've got to go and do that, and but it's great because I'm not having to go to work, I'm just doing this passive income at home. But it doesn't matter if you're at home or wherever you are, you'll get burnt out by it. I know, because I would get burnt out. And thought, we can't do that because we just be here, there and everywhere forever doing something. Our time won't be our own because we'll be forever having to run round and do something. And so I thought, well, I want to minimise it. So I thought, well, obviously I do the YouTube. I don't want to stop doing YouTube. I love doing YouTube. I like it for a hobby. I like chatting to all of you. I like doing my cooking, even when it goes all wrong. And I'm hoping we get a bit of better weather soon and we can go out and about as well and, take you with us and things like that. I really enjoy doing that, and I enjoy talking to all of you in the comments and everything as well. So, I do that whether they paid me for it or not. But because it is being paid for, then it is be classed as a passive income. And because I like it and I want to keep doing it and I'd like doing it more, then obviously that's something I'm concentrating on a lot anyway. And like with the bunny treats and things like that, when I start doing that, it might be so good and take off well that we'll be busy doing that a lot as well. And I think, well, if that's two things, that's quite a lot. If you're busy focusing on them, don't want more things thrown into the hat just to burn us out. And besides, we're in our 60s. I might only just be in, but I'm in. But yeah, so you don't want it really. You don't want too much to burn yourself out and then not be able to do anything. So I thought, yeah, that's enough for us. That'll be enough for us. I don't mind selling the other thing on eBay if I've got things we want to get rid of and it's something of value and you think, well, I can pop it onto eBay and sell it, or these Facebook marketplaces. Never sold on there before, but I know that people have. But yeah, I don't mind that, but I don't want to do it as in like another passive income. I don't want too many strings on my bow because it'll be just too many. So I think that's enough. And with Dean doing his once a month clean as well at the moment, I think that'll be enough for us, and we'll see where it goes from there. So I think that would be enough to sort of class as a business. It would be a family business. I don't know how a family business would work if you were to claim universal credit, but I mean, if that was something I wanted to do when the time came, obviously I would chat with them and ask about it. But at this moment in time, we've decided not to claim it. We're going to sort of go it alone and see how it goes and see what savings we end up using and that, and we'll redecide then sort of in the new tax year, because we'll have wound one down, ended one lot, and it'll be fresher. So that's how we stand with universal credit and how we stand with what passive income that we're doing and what we're thinking of doing. So yeah, another thing then to do is just saving money where we can, cutting costs on things. And I keep lists every month of what has to go out, and I've been looking through the list and I think, there's a couple of things there that I can sort of lessen, and things I don't need no more, because it's surprising what you pay for and you just keep running and don't bother, and it could be things that you don't even use or bother with anymore. So there's things like that I can go through and cut out as well to save money that I don't need, because why spend money even if you've got pots of it? Why spend it on things that you're not using anyway? It's just silly really, isn't it? It's just wasted money. So I'm going to go through and do that. Now I don't know if I'd be entitled to a council tax allowance. I don't know, it might be worth applying. My daughter says probably not, because she lives with us and they'd expect her to pay it because she's a working adult. So I don't know. I know once upon a time it didn't work like that, but it most likely does now. So it's something to look into anyway, see what happens there. So yeah, that's where we're at. I just thought we'd have a chat and just catch up, and I'd let you know what we decided on all of that and what we're thinking of doing. But as the time goes on throughout the summer, we'll have more idea what we're doing anyway. Probably just, if it's left to me, just go and lie on a beach. No, not really. I don't really like lying on beaches. I'm not a beach person. I like going to the docks and sitting and watching the boats and things like that. I like that sort of thing. I can just sit in the docks and all day and watch the boats. That'll do me. But I'm not really into all the sand and sea. I don't mind the odd walk on it, but I'm not really into that. I'd be the one sat at the top of the sand just watching the sea. Just sitting there daydreaming with an ice cream or a Costa coffee. So yeah, that's what I'd ideally like to do, and I'd like to go out and about more. I'd love to. If I was to say now, or would you have another channel, what would you do? I think travel. I think I'd like to travel. I mean, there was a long time I wouldn't travel because I suffered with anxiety, and I was sort of housebound and couldn't travel, and then gradually sort of came out of it a bit, and now I've got this urge that I want to do it again, even though it racks my nerves quite a bit, even just going to the shop sometimes. But I do want to sort of travel again, and I think if I was to have another channel, that's what I would have. Just out and about, days out and about, and looking at places, saying what we think of them and that kind of thing. I don't know, testing their coffee in their shops, in their cafes. I can be a cafe coffee tester. And give comments on it, marks out of 10. You might get some free ones. One can hope. So yeah, I think that's what I'd like to do. Anyway, something before I do go, now I've given you a catch up on where we're at, I thought I'll show you my Easter decorations. I don't know if you've ever noticed when I'm cooking in the kitchen, on the kitchen wall behind me, you can see the word Easter because there's a banner going across saying Happy Easter. Now, if you're new to my channel, you won't know, but if you've been around a while, you will know. We're mad on holiday seasons, especially my daughter, my eldest daughter, Lisa, and everywhere gets decorated for every holiday season and goes over the top decorated. So we celebrate everything with lots of decorations and things. So yeah, we've got the Easter ones out at the moment, so I thought I'll give you a quick look and you can see what we've got. And Lisa's been crocheting again as well, so she's done a couple of bits. So I'm going to swing you around and I'll show you what we got. We've not got so many Easter decorations as we do like Christmas, and Lisa goes mad at Halloween. Now I'm not big on the Halloween thing. Like she has all these horrible dolls at Whale. I'm not into all that at all. But she seems to have more Christmas and Halloween than we do Easter. But we've got a fair few. So I'm going to swing you around and I'll show you what we have got. Right, we'll start in here because I've not gotten on in the hallway. So they've got some paper chain around the clock in nice Easter colours. I love the bright greens and lemons this time of year. Little Easter tree that lights up, but you can't see it in the daytime. I haven't got it on now, but at night it lights up pretty. We've got some nice little Easter gonks and rabbit on the end. Now Lisa's done these little flowers. She's crocheted them. They're really pretty. And she's put them on there because it's like artificial grass. If I bring you back, it's like artificial grass going along. Looks really good. It fits nice on there. And the little stringer lights in front of it, they light up as well. But like I say, I haven't got them on in the day. So there's a couple more little crocheted flowers. And it's pretty because there's like glitter in some of the wool. And it's really pretty when the light catches it. And more gonks. So that looks quite nice, that little area. Now, I don't know if you're going to get some sound interference, but I'll show you why in a minute. Swing you around the shelf here. Now, we've just got some little light up eggs and things, and bunnies and chicks, and just a little tree that doesn't light up. That's just a little small one. It just fits on there, but the little bunnies and chicks and eggs light up. And Lisa has crocheted these two little rabbits, and they're really good, and she's crocheted an egg as well. They're ever so nice. I keep telling her really she should be making these and selling them. All she's got to do is just get a license to do it, and that surely can't be too difficult. I would have thought. But she said that it's easier if you make them for ornaments, but not make them for toys for children, because you need a lot more licenses and things to pass for that. But if they're just ornaments, then it would be a lot easier for her to do. But they are nice and they make lovely ornaments. All right. Oh, got the little little woolen things on there. And I've got a nice Easter wreath on there. Let me come back and look at the ceiling. We've got some crape and some hanging bunnies and chicks. Around. There we go. And the bit over the fireplace. And on the shelf we have got some little baskets of flowers with egg things in, little ornamental rabbits and little tea light candle holders, and more rabbits, and another tea light candle holder, another rabbit, and another little flower pot with eggs in. They're really nice. They were all from Poundland last year and the year before. But I've not really seen a lot in ours this year. They've altered ours around, made it smaller, so it's not selling as much this year. By the TV there's just a little string of lights on there that light up, and in my little plant we've got some like little twig egg things that we've put in there. It's look quite nice. Got Happy Easter sign, but I'm going to put that in the kitchen because I've got another one that goes there, but I can't show you in a minute because I'll show you what's making the noise. There he goes. Let me stand well back. It's the Easter bunny. How good is he? That's where my Christmas tree normally goes at Christmas, but at Easter, the Easter bunny goes there. So the noise is the blower you can hear. There's lights on the unit behind, and I don't know if I can see. It might be a bit noisy, but there's the other Happy Easter one, which I want to put on the wall there. And then that one is going down the bottom. We've gone a bit fuzzy, haven't we? That's my filming for you. We'll go into the kitchen. That's the Happy Easter sign that you normally see behind me when I'm cooking, but you probably just see the Easter bit because of the angle of my camera. And then I haven't done a lot down here, but we have done the table. So we've got the table set up. That's another light up tree. It's easier to do this one because the switch is on top. There we go. Whereas the one I showed you in the living room, the switch is like underneath the base of it, right under it. So I'm going to lift it up carefully and switch it on. But that looks quite nice. And they've got my table mat and place runner and place mats, all Eastery. And they're like a felt, so they're quite nice because they go in the machine. And they've washed okay. And just above that, we've got a little sign that says Happy Easter. So we don't have so much in here, really. And oh dear, sorry, got a bit snagged. And I just got a couple of little things on there. So yeah, that's a table. I think I should have done something to gone over the clock, really. That's a really old clock. I need to see if somebody can repair it because the pendulum doesn't go no more. That's broke. And the gong doesn't work on it. Although I don't like switching the gongs on, but, you know, it doesn't work. It's really old. It was my great-grandparents. It's really old. That's why I won't get rid of it. But it works. It'll wind up. And I know my mum says that her granddad used to wind it every morning and at a set time, and it will wind up and it does still keep time perfectly, but nobody ever winds it. Shame really, I ought to. So yeah, that's what Easter's looking like. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Join me again tomorrow. We'll come back with an air frying vlog tomorrow. And I was thinking, what can I do? And Dean said to me yesterday, and I can't remember why he came up with it, But we was talking about toasted sandwiches. He says, why don't you make some cheese toasted sandwiches in the air fryer? Could you do that? And I thought, yeah, perhaps I could. I don't know. We can give it a go though. So I think that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, some cheese toasted sandwiches and having a go at them. And even Sean says, oh, I'll eat them, Mum. So bonus. Because Sean's very fussy and doesn't eat nothing. So I thought, yeah, we'll give it a go. Now, the only thing I haven't got is a crimper, because we used to have sandwich toasters and they used to like toasted sandwiches. And you know, when you put them in a toaster, the edges of it seal it, doesn't it? Because it like crimps it down and seals it. Now, I haven't got a crimper, so it's just going to be a little bit hit and miss putting them in as they are. But hey, we'll give it a go, you know. Not everyone's got crimpers. I must put that on my wish list, I think. Some crimpers. I keep saying all these things I want to put on my list and I never write it down, and I've forgotten half of what I've ever said. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We'll give that a go, all being well. So like I say, thank you for joining me today, and hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow. And until then, take care. Bye.